What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I just want to say thanks to those that checked in on me through the week and stopped to have conversations with me. I didn't upload not for any bad reasons. I just got super wrapped up into cookware of all things. I made the big boy jump to stainless steel away from non-stick for long-term health reasons. I even got caught up in the granite non-stick marketing for a while, and then I did my deep research and I went into ordering and I've been cooking on it all week. I did Mews stainless steel. It's very nice. And my food just tastes way better on it too already. I'm getting golden brown crust on my ground chicken. It doesn't stick to the pan. There weren't like any cook guides for ground chicken on stainless steel either. So I digress. Basically, I've been working on that kind of stuff and I got lost in the literal sauce. Let's go ahead and get into today's Market Watch, starting with us still being pre-sale locked on Supreme Darkness. I'm already seeing threads and questions about this set and what should I be thinking about these prices? Could they go up? And kind of that Pokemon craze happening over there while we have one of the less thrilling releases we've had in ages with this set, but it does have some good cards inside, some solid updates, but again, it's very DLC-ish to things that already exist, so it's more so pushing cards up that already exist, and not a ton is going on here. I will say the comment section did say I am underestimating Mews here, the Mulch Army. I think it's still format dependent. That's not saying it's a bad card. I'm saying that it will depend on the format, and it could automatically be doing something. Now, when it comes down to things that are starting to jump, Dominus Impulse and Dominus Purge are going up and lower in quantities, and the quarter century secret rares especially are pushing up in price. So be aware of that. These cards are cards that I initially underestimated a little bit, and they have done some heavy lifting. Crystron is also getting plenty of attention this week. Let me know if there's a specific reason, like, oh, it's here, or what's happening. I just have not been on the radar besides buyouts with Crystron, and I've talked about how it's been really good in our Tournament of Madness late round, so any real support could be elevating it to the next level. But here we go with Soulthunder. It is going crazy in price versus what it used to be, and is now a $5 card lowest and quickly 8 here on the front page. Powered Insectron for the deck is being debated in the Discord. Is necessary, not necessary, will you be playing it, want you? It's towards $8. That's crazy to me for this old super rare. And then High Speed Roy Chanbara secret rares got bought out, but there are easy access versions for this one. It's just that the secret is by far the nicest looking one. Now, we also do have Shiningarcophagus getting new support in the OCG with a Dark Magician Girl that's probably going to get heavily censored over here from the looks at the art if you haven't seen it. But Shiningarcophagus quarter century secret rares completely wiped out, 4 listings left, and even the easy access version, the secret rare, has jumped back up towards $20. We have wow, really bad feedback there for 2,000 sales, just being honest. And then it's $20 easily throughout here and quickly rises for people just wanting to get the card. This is one of those decks that I'm seeing people meld with a lot of others in Master Duel whenever I'm in the low rated ladder, because I'm just doing my gym grind on that game. I like to get my daily gyms, and I see this pop up more than I feel it should, and people do vibe with the deck, so it makes sense that people are rushing for it on paper with new support being there that is solid for the deck. And the Dark Magician of Black Magic quarter century secret rare also went on full buyout mode, and now there's only one listing at 90. You can see the top sales, maybe. I thought we could TCG glitching a little here. You can see the top sales on mobile. Sometimes I pull up tabs and I'm live reacting to them on my own here as well. And so I don't know what these sold out. Let me know in the comment section. I'm not engagement farming. TCG player, fix your site. We have Ryuge also getting some more support, but this has been going up before that, so that's a bit interesting, but maybe people just figured it would as well. So this is now towards $7, not just a worthless pull that you lament wasn't something else, although the other ultras are by far still pretty much better, but it's not as much of a bum as it was in the set. Heroic Champion Excalibur Ghost Rare is on complete buyout mode, and it has people in the Discord for mine really talking about the different ghost rares that are there and people speculatively investing in them once again as the rarity got pulled back with Ghosts from the Past 2 ending and not as many iconic ones obviously being released within the Duelist packs and then the Duelist packs ending, so a lot of attention back towards Ghosts. You can see the top sales here were around 23, maybe 25. No, none of them reached there, although sales tax. But yeah, it's not like it was a crazy buyout or too hard to make this happen. There's one at 50, quote-unquote, near mint on TCG Player. Pot of Duality Ultimate Rare is really rising back through the ranks in price. This is one that I've been shocked at how it climbed before, and then it's found its way into multiple meta decks over time, if you might recall. True Draco, Flunderies, and now format has popularized itself here, and people are looking back at this specific version. It sold out around 175 after climbing back out from 140. So the lowest listings being 200, that's not anything that it's sold for or near, but it is selling way past what it had started to chill out at. People really love this ultimate rare. Ice Ryal is interesting, and I want to actually do a focused discussion on what's happening in the set because I find some of the nuance very interesting. You can see it's been doing a slow climb, and I did say that I felt like Ryal should be atop the set because of representation and WCQ season and all that. However, look at the feedback of sellers here, a lot of 0% or low sales, which I'm not hating on. But the jump to actually get a near mint from a top-rated seller versus the lowest sellers here at 23, I think is around $28 or something like that. Let's actually find it at $27.90 before sales tax. So they have been really going out from all the top-rated sellers, and there's a true premium for having that next to your name, and they sold out at 27s here. You can see a lot of 27 sales, even 30 here. That top-rated seller status is giving premiums to these cards like no other. And I also see that in EXT Ryal, where it is also slow creeping up in terms of its market price, plenty of listings under, but oof, 95% feedback, and then you see 0, 96, and then the first top-rated seller is at 24, a $3 to $4 premium versus some of the lowest sellers. That's pretty wild, the actual percentages when you break it down that top-rated seller status is giving to some of these cards, and the actual sales thereof that is impacting the market price. It's a wild ride to watch actually for me, and it's something that I was wondering when that would come into play more on this platform, because I do feel like people value feedback as actual dollars, but for getting up there on the page and making sales. Now, it's really just pushing the sales due to trust and nature and hoping that these people will take care of you better, which has a mixed bag of stories of out of stock, oh, it got over-ordered, that kind of stuff from some of them being able to multi-platform and having true sob stories versus price went up and people relisting and them knowing how to work the system. Again, not pointing any direct fingers on this specific page. It's a discussion. So when it comes down to it, I do think that there is a lot more trust in those sellers as a whole, especially when you see multiple percents off on feedback for delivering cards. Malice P. White Rabbit has come down significantly in price since we last talked about it. It was hanging at 45 when I think I did my box breaks, 44, 45, and now it is down towards 35 lowest, and top-rated sellers almost instantly appear starter, 35, 36, 36. So it seems like a lot more people are offloading this deck as we head into the next format, and that's interesting to me because of how loud the stands were in the comments section. I'm not doing an I'm right, it's still on top of the set. I do think the waifu tax is part of that, and it is still a very viable deck going into the format and very strong. However, I do think a lot more people will magnetize to the Ryal strategy as we head towards WCQ season, and depending on releases, what we get in, that kind of stuff, it may be the deck to be. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below about the actual nuance of sales and listings on these specific cards from a hotter new set that probably will continue to get actually more attention down the road a couple weeks after Supreme Darkness's release and people kind of got what they want and start paying attention, especially with a WCQ-esque ban list somewhere in the stars throughout, February, March areas. And then finally, Blue Eyes White Dragon Quarter Century Secret Rare. Somebody bought a ton of these, and they have been selling out at 150. Someone even went in at 170, and now the lowest listing here, greed is good, is around 170 before it's 180, quickly 190, and then 200 with just a few more gone. Bonanza has eyes on it as well because Stampede is coming, and usually whenever you have that new release of a set in a line, people revisit the previous one or ones. However, we don't really have that whole year lag time for this, right? Like, this is still on shelves at some places. This is still out and about, and its early buyouts really did stagnate some of the prices where they've slowly repopulated, but not in mass, like 21 listings, 35 listings, 30, 25. There aren't a ton of these cards. They're easy to make disappear, and a lot of them have actually slowly come down despite that, while others have skyrocketed, like the baby rulers. You might want to get what you want sooner than later, of course using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying, because I have a feeling, even though it is released so close to the set, it will cause people to go back, reevaluate their collections, prepare for formats, especially a WCQ season, and kind of mix and match depending on what is released. Like, will there be even more Lightsworns to go with this JD, for example, towards the front page? Monarch decks, will we get all the Monarchs, in this? What will actually happen with that? It depends. It's a lot of speculation, but if you're looking at cards from this, they're already low on quantity, and they're not, like, skyrocketing down in price, and some of them are even getting slow focused, like Absolute Zero. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these conversations and looks around. I really enjoy kind of discussing more in depth that kind of stuff when it comes to these and getting analytical with it, but I know it's not for everybody. Some people just want to see price, card, why, move on, and I like to get more into the nitty-gritty of this is very interesting if you're a buyer and or seller, what's happening down here.